Hello gamers, my name is Aiden, and today we're going to be going over the most autistic subject on the internet. And with me today, I'll be joined by two other autists as we describe the how low ADV tiers go. I already have this list that I have made. However, the list is not completely finished yet because this list was only made on my own, with my own sort of opinions and thoughts on these metagames, which means that as a result of that, I only have one perspective, and one perspective is just not good enough for a subject like this. That's why metagames are a community effort, because only a community is able to really get into the nitty-gritty of shit, right? Either way, even with 3 people, it's not going to be entirely accurate or whatnot, but this is just fun theory crafting. It's not like anyone's going to play HU, yeah, that tier. So it's mostly just for fun, so don't take this too seriously. But anyway, may as well introduce Lilith and Spice at this point. Talk at the same time, because it'd be funny.
What are you talking about? I totally want to play these tiers.
I'd be happy to
build
play
a team build a team right now. Let's do it. But anyway, I am Lilith, a fellow ADV SU council member and a fellow competitive Pokemon YouTuber, and also someone who liked the previous video he did on the DPP one and was like, "Hey, can I join?"
And I said sure. Anyway, Splice, say something about rhino semen.
How many bowls of macaroni and cheese would it take to completely stuff a gorilla? That's a question I've been thinking about for the past 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, now that's a question that I think is more interesting than what we're going to be discussing in this video. I'm joking around.
I don't know, I'm not even kidding. Can we just scrap this and talk about
I mean, we could do that for a collab of that can go on your channel, Spice.
Sounds like
we're not putting it on mine, that's for sure.
I prefer it to be on your channel, just so you can get the views. I need to talk about very serious discussions
Please, I have some standards.
I also have standards. That's why Aiden, Aiden.
Yeah,
we're gonna use you as a slave to upload videos to your channel, so you get the views, and you have to deal with the consequences.
Absolutely wonderful. I like your devilish idea.
Exactly. I'm about to. What?
For real. Anyway, let's get to the fucking point. So I'm predicting what the lowest tier of ADV will look like. I'm not going to be doing this with predictions of what the current states of other tiers going to be like. For anyone who doesn't know, the highest tier that is frozen is NU, which means that PU, ZU, all the way below are still doing tier changes and whatnot, which means that a lot of aspects of this list will end up inevitably changing based off of changes not only from ZU but even from PU, which means that a list like this is very hard to make with the future tense, right? With predicting the future, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. This is also the reason why we're gonna be using the current list of SU Pokemon instead of looking at Pokemon who are below SU. Instead of looking at Pokemon who are below SU that we think could become a part of SU, I think Cacnea could low-key rise in the future, but at the same time, I just don't really feel confident enough in making that call, because it opens up the can of worms of oh, what about Spearow? Spearow is really overpowered in SU, guys. Totally not outclassed by Tailo.
I just noticed you have 32 Pokemon in SU, and there are 33 Pokemon considered SU, and so one's missing, and I can't figure out which one.
Oh yeah, right. Cubone's ZU now. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Cubone is there, and there's no Illumise.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Elu. Let me find Elu.
Yeah.
There we go. Fixed.
Well, this is quite the interesting start.
For real.
Let's see.
So last time Spice and I talked about like the current state of like the SU meta when it comes to like recent changes and developments that have like had an effect on IU. When it comes to like ADV, it's kind of everything that's had an effect because we've had a massive tier shift after ZU decided to unfreeze. That resulted in a lot of Pokemon coming down from ZU to SU.
Buenos is massive.
It's mine, only mine. That's the only one that's massive.
The size of Whalmer. I mean, you underestimate the size of Whalmer as, despite being a pre-evolution, the size of what? Let me go onto Bulbapedia real quick, just so I can like mess around with it. You know what I mean? I think the size of Whalmer is pretty massive.
Yeah, Whalmer in general has had also a pretty massive impact on the metagame. It's by far the best lead. It's one of the best water types in the tier. It's a very solid Pokemon all around.
Think about it. So technically speaking, if it's 6%. So if you were to put Whalmer in a basketball court, it would be the ball, but it would also be a very good basketball player. But then again, also the same because of like size and stuff, the average height.
Yeah.
Aiden, Delibird.
Oh, I forgot about Delibird.
How do you forget about Delibird?
I forgot about Delibird and Eloise,
Nah,
which are like
we just
both
put in the
top 5 bonds right now.
Yeah, it's like top 1. That thing's
Yeah.
like borderline ban worthy.
I would say that Delibird is the best Pokemon of the tier right now.
Now we're accounting for future SU tiering. We made SUBL Delibird.
I honestly feel I have no idea what to think about Delibird being ban worthy anymore. I just don't. It's probably fine. It's a disgusting wall breaker though, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
The checks are very limited, I will say.
Yeah.
You'd rather go offensively than defensively, but there's stuff like Slowpoke, Croconaw, Nose Pass, defensive Whalmer sets could be interesting. I could see like maybe Snubble try and do something. There's a few things. Oh yeah, Grimer could technically check it with like a more physical defensive set. There's a few mons that can like wall it by technical definition, but I think it is a bit oppressive with its very high speed, decent like flying ice stab combination, like hidden power ground, hidden power fighting, focus punch, substitute choice band, quick attack, stuff like that. There's a lot of tools with Deathbird.
Yeah, like I'd say yeah, I mean like regardless of if you think it's ban worthy or not or prized to eventually become ban worthy, I definitely think it's a pretty easy shoe-in for best Pokemon in the meta. The only other contender, in my opinion, is Staryu, who just also feels kind of overtuned.
Yeah, I think there's also like a case to be made for like Dustox and maybe even Weepinbell.
Yeah, I disagree with Dustox. Dustox is so passive that, like, as long as you have a Steel or Poison on your team, you can just switch that in every time.
Yeah, that is fair.
Weepinbell's hard to fit on teams. I think that's the issue you find with Weepinbell. Especially with it's like a mediocre speed. There's no priority. It's a bit frail at times. There's a lot of like. I wished Weepinbell was faster or had like Sucker Punch in this generation. That's the big thing I will say about Weepinbell. It's just a bit too slow.
Yeah, like I remember we were very, very worried about Weepinbell being broken. I feel like for the most part, I've kind of calmed down on that opinion. It's because some teams are weirdly hard to build.
Yeah.
It's an amazing.
It's less
architect,
about like Sun teams and more about you set up the Sun and then you spam Solo Beam.
Yeah, I mean Weepinbell just sets Sun itself because we don't have Heat Rock.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
If we did, it would probably be banned.
I mean, if we had Heat Rock, Weepinbell arguably probably wouldn't even be SU.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was, we'd be banning Heat Rock because of Weepinbell and some Flora.
Yeah.
There'd also be Growlithe and Nuzleaf to consider.
Yeah. Is there anything else to talk about with SU? I guess maybe when it comes to like Pokemon that we had like underrated or at the cusp of IU.
I mean, I don't really see anything currently in SU that has potential to drop, but I am still a Masquerade believer.
I was gonna say that too. I think Masquerade, with the absence of Boltorb and Elekid in the tier now, I think can rise just as a decent special attacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little inconsistent against like the bulky, because like the Spadef balls in this tier are just really, really strong. I feel like something like
They're very iffy. That's what we'll say about the special walls though.
like
'Cause you've got,
unironically, I think
Spinner's very
like
exploitable in a lot of ways.
better sweepers are like
Invite
Dragon Dance sweepers.
like opposing Spinner. You can invite Spikes for like Snow Run. You can invite Whelmer in a little bit. Aaron, unless you're on the Kin Power coverage. Delibird Bandit is like very. Execute. I completely forgot about Execute.
Yeah,
Execute is such
Execute
a weird
is, like,
one. I've rarely
the most
seen
forgettable-
Execute, but
Execute's
I think
like
the
the most
tricks I
forgettable
can do
one,
like
but it's
Stun
good.
Spore. I think that's Stun Spore. Explosion. People's favorite moves in this VC, but that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Explosion in ADV.
I like Explosion in ADVSU as well. It's a nice move. I like being able to just explode on Dust Talks.
I also like being able to switch Shuppet into it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Shuppet's
Yeah,
another
only
Pokemon
ghost
who
type
isn't used a
down here.
lot, but it's solid.
Okay, I didn't call both of that there. Okay, there's also just good offenses really. That's a big thing. Just very exploitable with his weaknesses.
Yeah. Although before we move on to IU, I think we should go over like what SU has that it leaves IU without. Like we mentioned Shuppet, that's the only ghost type in SU, so there are no ghosts in IU. Aeron being SU means the only steel type left for IU is Beldum, which only learns Takedown. And probably the most important of these is that the only spiker left for IU is Cacnea.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that by default
I
pretty
feel
much
like
puts
just-
Cacnea in IU.
yeah, I feel like just we should like make a note of that because that information really like shapes the discussion going forward because like the limited normal resistances and the limited spikers I think are really going to shape what IU and the tiers below it are going to look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like this current iteration of IU is a very interesting looking tier. It very much looks like a combination of like old SU and old IU at the same time. It's a really weird looking meta.
Yeah, like it honestly feels like we kind of have old SU back because that meta was super fun, but like we've got most of the same Pokemon
Yeah.
that we did have. And I feel like that actually informs us here because like for the Pokemon you have in IU, like you have what, 37?
Yeah.
I don't think they're like a tier this low. Like, hang on, how many? Let me just see how many legal Pokemon there are in IU. There are currently 101 Pokemon. Wait, is that can't be right? Because there are 30. No, never mind. Yeah, that is right. So 101 legal Pokemon, 37 of them, that's over a third. I don't think there will be that many that are viable enough to be IU proper.
Yeah, I made my my IU list with the assumption that like it wouldn't be 100% accurate because I'll be honest, without like anyone to talk about it with, right? It is genuinely really hard to come up with this list. And I feel like it's for two main reasons. The first one is that despite this being similar to old SU is so influenced by Elu, Onyx, and Farfetch'd that without them, it feels like a very different metagame. And then it's fairly different from old IU as well because we have so many Pokemon from old SU and IU now.
Yeah, I mean, although I do feel like we can use old SU as like an indicator of like what Pokemon from these 37 we can move down. Although I will say Dratini was terrible in old IU. There's no way it's competing with Bagon, right? Like, I think we can drop that pretty safely.
For it might be a bit of a hot take in my opinion, but I feel like Shed Skin is a very strong ability. Thunder Wave is low-key broken, and being able to punish that sounds not terrible. Otherwise, I think Bagon is pretty strictly better.
Yeah, I mean, also keep in mind, Dratini does not have extreme speed.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. The
one thing I will consider with Dratini. Hold on, can I talk my shit here?
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Dratini is that it's a very good special ball. I think the tier needs a lot of good special balls, especially given like what's it so? Mareep, Electrike, those are two big ones. Seal to some extent.
The tier has plenty of good special balls. You've got Seal, you've got Gulpin, you've got Nummel.
You've got Dratini. It's a very good special ball. That's what I'm saying. It's a good special ball.
I don't really see it. And to be honest, I
mean, you look at the mons that are tier here. Besides like Mareep, I mean, there's Charmander. There's to some extent the Kabuto. That's a big thing. A lot of them will run Ice Beam, but again, I think Dratini, because of like how bulky it is and well, shits can rest. I think there's a lot of things to consider with a Pokemon like Dratini.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not quite convinced. Because even if it's decent as a special wall, then it still feels a little on the passive end. Like what does it have that threatens?
Not really.
I just think the way I pointed out is on the previous ADV back in 2020, in early 2024, Dratini was ranked B-. It was ranked below Swablu. Okay, Swablu. So how is it that after we get like over a dozen new Pokemon, it suddenly is now good enough, including one of those new Pokemon, which is just like strictly better in Bagon?
In my opinion, it comes down to just better metagame knowledge throughout a year's time, where it becomes more worth considering Dratini. Because like Swablu doesn't fit in this tier at all. Because the normal flying typing is just kind of bad.
We also
defensive mon.
Hold on. We also tend to overlook a bunch of stuff. You look at old IU, quote unquote, and the current iteration of SU. There's ones like Spinder. Spinder was a lot more.
Yeah, because Spinder was legal in old IU, and that thing is genuinely top 5 in SU now.
There was stuff like Loudred went up as well. I mean, and then went back down, but that's besides the point. The knowledge of Nidorino, there'll be a lot more checks to Nidorino now. Whereas if you look at old IU, people were like, well, me especially, but a bunch of like, oh, this mon is very oppressive, and they go now. You look at mons like Nummel that exists. Nummel will be able to help check Nidorina.
Right. Well, I mean, in the old IU, we didn't have Nummel. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking like we have more examples. Swablu was able to at least check some sets related to what's the cell? Nidorina.
No, it wasn't.
You know, no. I'm gonna delude myself. Hey. You look at Swablu. You look at Swab has bigger bulk. You underestimate that. And then you got what's it cell? Natural Cure, rest and stuff like that. Hell,
Nidorina always ran Ice Beam though.
That is true. I'm looking at.
And like that's kind of the same problem Dratini is gonna run into is ice moves.
Yeah, ice moves are gonna really rail it.
Yeah. Plus, it's just really passive. Plus, there's like, if you want a special wall with paralysis, just run Mareep.
Something I will say with Nidorina, compared to Swablu, if we're just talking like 0-0 attack, special attack, Ice Beam has a 0.1% chance to fork KO after leftovers recovery against Spadef Swablu.
Okay, yes, I mean, I understand, but at this point I feel like we're just like talking about the nuances of a few Pokemon that are all terrible.
Like, well, yeah, I'm just talking like there'll be more checks in Nidorina going forward. I think Nidorina will be a lot more manageable. Oh yeah, there's Gulpin as well. Gulpin's a big special.
Yes. So you know what? Yeah. So yeah, we've got a lot of good checks to Nidorina. So why are we? And all of those good checks to Nidorina are also just generally better Pokemon than Dratini.
Yeah, and unironically, I think if you'd want to run a special wall, then like just run Nidorina.
You can run your own Nidorina. You can run Gulpin. You can run Nummel. You can run Mareep.
You want to also run a lot of these mons offensively as well. For example, Nidorina would want to run like Choice Band or something like that. Has decent enough speed. I think it's like 56 base speed.
Okay.
56 speed is pretty fast.
Okay,
I'd say.
yes. Yes.
And again,
Yeah, that's another option Nidorina has that Dratini doesn't. Like, no matter,
Dratini
like,
does.
everything.
have it. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it does have it with the Dragon Onset. The Dragon's Onset, whilst it isn't as good as, let's say, Pokemon like Bagon and Larvitar, it is still a set that should be worth consideration. Considering.
No, it really shouldn't, because it's just a direct downgrade from Bagon. Like, everything Dratini does, something else can do better.
It's a good bulky kind of Pokemon. I mean, you look at a mon like Sheldon in older iterations of PU, ADV PU, it would run something like Dragon Dance, normal, it would run Double Edge, but I think Dratini can return, then it'd be like Restore.
Yeah, I mean, gee, if only there was like a pre-evolution of Shelgon that we can use in this tier.
That is correct, but would it run this bulky set? I think Dratini would do it better. Bagon isn't running Rest-Talk, I know damn well of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, you've come up, like, it has a niche.
So, like, for Dratini's moveset, though, would it be Thunder Wave, Rest, and then what other, like, would it be, like, 2 attacks, like Bolt Beam?
Yeah. You can run Bolt Beam.
Maybe.
You can run Dragon Dance, Return, for example.
I mean, I see the niche. The problem is, like, a lot of the Pokemon we have in IU, I see the niche for them in SU. Like, yes, you can justify running Dratini, but, like, I don't think you can justify it enough to put it in this tier, especially with 36 other Pokemon there currently.
Now, honestly, I think this might be
there's
a hot
just
take.
too much competition.
This might be a hot take, but I think long-term, Bagon and Dratini probably will be SU mons, due to... Yeah, just being able to set up on, like, passive mons like Bayleaf, and Dustox really easy. I mean, Dustox is Whirlwind, though, but, like, shit like Bayleaf, though, and, like, getting even, like, one turn to Dragon Dance, means quite a lot in ADVSU. It means quite a lot in IU as well. I feel like, I don't know how relevant Dratini having Shed Skin will be in IU. I know it would definitely be relevant in SU. Probably not nearly as much as Bagon, but Bagon can just run Lumberry, though.
I think we're getting sidetracked here.
We're getting so fucking sidetracked. This is, like, 15 minutes of, like, an hour-long video are probably gonna be spent on, like, Dratini alone.
Yeah, do we want to just come back to Dratini once we've, like, moved some more stuff over? Just so we can get a better look of the tier we're talking about it in?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, because I'm mixed on it right now. I don't know where to put it.
Okay.
I think there's a foregone conclusion.
Okay, Spice, thank you. Let's see, Bagon, I'll just go through these in alphabetical order. Bagon stays, Baltoy stays, Butterfree...
I think Butterfree stays. Like, it's,
yeah.
It's just better Beautifly, and Beautifly was a really strong Pokemon in IU beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think they're kind of interchangeable. Like, I would move Beautifly up to be with Butterfree.
Yeah,
like, I think they're just
I know that
so
Mist was trying
similar.
to argue that with me as well.
Yeah, I mean, the difference is that, like, Butterfree is faster and Beautifly is stronger, but, like, it's slightly faster versus slightly stronger. I think you can very easily, like, I think Beautifly runs the Slack set. It ran in old IU better than Butterfree does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they belong in the same tier because with Sleep Band, they're kind of just the same thing, just with slight differences.
Yeah, if Spice agrees with you, then I'll rise it.
I was thinking like Masquerain would be in SU, as well.
Spice.
Hold on, stop, I haven't finished. Whilst Masquerain in this situation would be IU, I think the similarities of Butterfree and Beautifly are similar enough where I think both of them can be and should be IU. I just think you'd rather have Butterfree for the extra speed. I think, Sunspore as well. Sunspore compound dies, process is broken, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, does Beautifly get that?
I think it at least gets Stun Spore, but also, like, this tier is not exactly...
It
short on paralysis spreaders. Like,
Butterfree
look at all the mons with Thunder Wave here.
Butterfree is also bulkier. That's not a big thing. The extra
Again,
stuff is
slightly. Like,
slightly. No, it's significantly in Spadef.
it is?
There's a 30 whole point difference in Spadef.
Okay, yeah. But
I
they have the same physical bulk though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's speed ties with Mankey. I think that might be a little bit significant.
You know what? Honestly, you're probably right. Maybe Beautifly should be below Butterfree.
But I guess physical sets run better by Beautifly because of Swarm.
Are you just trying to persuade me are you just going to disagree with me no matter which way whichever side of the argument I take, you're just going to take the other one?
Yes, I'm playing devil's advocate, mate.
We're not gonna make any progress here. Is Beautifly IU or TU?
IU. It is IU.
Okay.
It is IU.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just fucking with you. I love doing that for some reason. Sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, Cacnea only, as we've said before, only Spiker, that stays.
Yeah.
Charmander stays.
Mhm.
Eevee,
It's what's
Teddiursa
been.
exists.
It's what's
Teddiursa
been.
ex- Okay, you know what? That's actually a good point because it was mediocre in old IU, but old IU had Spinda.
Yeah, like
And there's
without
also-
Spinda,
Okay.
this is just new Spinda.
Okay,
has-
yeah, that's fair.
I feel like the main thing you'd compare it to would be Loudred. I think it's worth doing the comparison, just kind of to convince any viewers who aren't convinced. Because Eevee is slightly it's equal bulk to Loudred, has worse offenses, but it's a little faster. Now that matters a ton, but
Priority with QA.
has priority. It's for sure the best curse sweeper in IU.
Mhm.
The curse
Yeah.
set was actually making decent waves in old IU. It was kind of the worst Teddiursa. But having the faster
curse set
initial
is
speed
what
gave it some cool uses before it started curse spamming.
I have that old video on my channel about EV in ADV 8 year where it lasted 10 hours before it got banned or something.
One thing to note as
that.
well is that Eevee would undoubtedly get banned from TU if we let it there. So
Yeah,
Also-
you've honestly convinced me that EV's got enough going for it.
yeah,
There's
it's
also-
definitely probably one of the more niche options. I feel like that's what my gut feeling is telling me, but it's definitely good enough for IU.
Oh yeah, something I will say. Eevee can run flail sets.
Oh yeah, right. That's huge. That's
doesn't-
so huge.
doesn't
flail
Zigzagoon
plus
do
quick
that
attack
better,
is such
though?
an insane
Zigzagoon
combo.
does it, and Rattata does it, but Eevee can run it as a more price thing. It's not a main set; it is a set that it can run.
Yeah, that's fair. It's more options. Electric, I think, definitely stays.
Oh, for sure.
Speed, 65 speed actually looks pretty good here, where it was like in old SU, Electric's biggest flaw was it was slower than Onyx and had such a bad matchup there. There's no Onyx here.
Yeah.
It's faster than all the ground.
There's
types.
even I've seen arguments
Well,
for
except
Geodude
wait, no,
SU
it is
even. So it's definitely IU.
Yeah, Electric stays, Geodude stays. Gulpin was awesome in old SU as a special wall, and here it just has less competition.
Yeah, it's basically just Rena that can explode.
Yeah, Kabuto, I think all the rock types stay because of all the strong normals.
Yeah, basically every rock type has a unique niche, whether it be the rain sweeping of Kabuto, the explosion and just general defensive utility of Geodude, and then the dragon dance sweeping of Larvitar.
Yeah, Colia. What are our thoughts on Colia?
I have mixed feelings on Curlia. I know I rose it up because Spice really, really loves Curlia's dick.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. My first thought is worse not to.
It feels like a worse not to in a lot of ways, but I feel like because of the typing, it can probably run Combine a bit better.
Yeah, it also has a memento, right?
Yeah, Memento is really
Yes.
big. Like, even if you're not like setting up for a Zigzagoon sweep, it can still work for like starting a Dragon Dance sweep even.
Curly has better
Yeah.
forms of utility compared to Natto, I believe in saying. I don't think
Yeah.
Natto gets T-Wave. That's a big thing, and T-Wave is broken, but we know that.
Yeah. Oh, it does get T-Wave, but it's
No.
also frail as shit, so it's probably not gonna run it very often.
I mean,
No,
so
it
is
does get T-Wave.
Coolio, though.
Okay.
Like,
You know,
compared,
fair enough,
like,
Natsu. Shout out to
they
Natsu.
have pretty similar bulk.
Why do I think it didn't get Thunder Wave? Okay, but
Oh
Natsu's
yeah,
better
they do
at
have
Karma.
comparable bulk. I think it's
Yeah, like,
because
I mean-
Curlia's typing
Yeah,
is just
no-
better defensively.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
the problem with Coolio is that like Natu just is better in terms of stats, but Coolio I think is better in terms of moves.
Yeah.
The question
has-
is like, are we comparing Coolio here to a Pokemon that's like A or A plus? Because if so, then it's probably can manage like B plus. But if but if Natu's like a B plus mon here, then I don't think Coolio has enough going for
I
it.
think Natu will probably be around the A minus range probably.
Okay, that's fair.
Fine,
In that case, Coolio probably like clings on as one of the worst mons that's still IU proper.
Yeah.
I see it
agree.
as a B tier mon, especially
Yeah.
with like Screen's Memento.
I'm thinking like B, which is and the cutoff is B/B minus. So I think Coolio we can keep.
Also,
Larvitar,
there's
sorry.
Will-O-Wisp. There's Will-O-Wisp.
Oh,
That's-
I forgot
Oh,
about
you're
Will-O
right.
was- It's an interesting option.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean, not a
Larvitar
lot
is
has
a
that.
rock type, so obviously it's staying, but it can also Dragon Dance, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
In fact, the only other mon with Will-O-Wisp aside from Waltz, which you'd never use over Coolio, is Vulpix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with Vulpix. I mean, Vulpix is kind of
Splice, did something happen with your mic? Or is it me? It doesn't seem like it's a me issue. I can't hear shit.
video cancelled, folks.
Alright. Yeah, I just needed to check some shit, because, like, it felt like, I wasn't able to hear you guys for a while, so I assumed it was an issue on my end.
Yeah. Are we still recording?
We should
Yeah, we're
be.
still recording. The OBS thing says...
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like we can safely say Larvitar stays as a rock type. Ladian. Okay.
Yeah, Ledian's really interesting, because, like...
I know I'm gonna get pushback here. I think Ladian, like, this is just, like, I keep comparing it to old ADVSU, and throughout old ADVSU, I kept saying Ladian is bad. And that was with Stat Pass legal. So, like, this, I don't think Ladian works. Like, all it has is the speed tier, but, like,
That is big.
it can go first and accomplish nothing before dying. Like what do you do with it? Like an ice punch off of base 55 special,
Yeah, it's
or like
basically
set
just
up one
masquerade,
screen, but
weaker.
like yeah, like I mean it has like all it has going for it really is like screens and dry pass, but like they're better screen setters.
It is
Like,
another one of
it's so passive. It just like I legitimately think we can drop Lady in here.
It's another one of those walls. That's what I'm gonna say. It's another one of them, like, very.
It's
funny.
weak to everything. Basically everything has can hit bug flying super effectively, and it's not even that bulky because like, I mean it's pretty bulky specially, but like,
Well,
It's
yeah,
weak. It's
could be
weak to
fine.
both sides of Bolt Beam, as well as being weak to fire. Like every special attacker is hitting this thing super effectively, so you can effectively have that special defense.
There's Early Bird Rest, which is, I think, semi-significant.
Yeah, I think the only real
Yeah.
argument you really have for Ledion being IU is the fact that it is fast and has so many coverage options. Like this thing sounds decent as like a late game
Aiden?
cleaner.
That is an Aiden problem.
Huh? Anything going on with like the Discord stream or?
There we go.
Oh my. Okay.
I was thinking like screens. It was screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's just happens on Discord now, where the internet just fucks up for no fucking reason, even though I have good internet at the house.
You and me both, man.
Yeah, but yeah, like it. I mean, Natu is outspeeds most of the tier. Has screens. I mean, it's frailer, but like at least there are some Pokemon in the tier that don't hit Ladian super effectively. And I mean, okay, fine, the mono normal sets, but like those are physical. Like,
Yeah, I
Like-
do think there's a case for Ledion though, because even though it can't touch any of the walls like at all, the fact that it can just win a game like in a late game situation, based off of its speed is significant because Choice Scarf doesn't exist in Gen 3. Having a good raw speed stat is like huge.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. Okay, well, anyway, Loudred. Are we still?
Oh yeah, you can
Loudred
also
stays.
baton pass pivot in like the mid game, which is pretty good. Just
Yeah.
always.
Yes.
I think Ledion's I think Ledion would be like a B tier Pokemon in IU.
I guess I can like accept that. Loudred stays, Machop stays, Mankey stays, Mareep stays, Masquerain definitely stays. Natu stays, Nidorina, I mean,
Obviously.
Yes.
guys, I think Nidorina actually could
No, actually,
drop,
guys,
I don't
Nidorina
know.
is fucking lol tier, guys. Just want to give Spice
Okay.
just internal trauma.
Yeah, I mean, Nummel, Nuzleaf, Oddish is Nuzleaf that can't explode. Like, what's
Yeah,
Oddish
like
doing
it's
here?
Oddish I have as like an interesting Pokemon. Like I'm definitely this is one I got a lot of pushback from Miss in particular. Given how like it's a very like it's a decent Pokemon on Sun. Like it worked in old IU as a Sunmon, even though it wasn't super consistent.
Old IU didn't have Nuzleaf.
Yeah. And then
Like, can we just drop Oddish, please? Like,
That's
this-
arguably better.
Also, it
Right.
worked in old IU, kind of like it was it was ranked C plus. Like
yeah,
like
but-
it
but-
technically worked.
But guys, it can be a special wall here. Like the
Fuck! That was my argument.
yeah, that was my argument as well. Because like grass
Yeah.
poison is an amazing typing.
There's like Stun Spore as well. You go on like
Yeah,
Like,
Sunspore.
Because there are not going to be 37 Pokemon that fit in this tier of 101 legal Pokemon. We have to drop something, okay?
And the answer is no, we don't. Let me check how much I've got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, I have 37 as well. in
Yeah,
my
well,
list.
your list sucked, so that's like the point.
No. I'm sorry, Lilith, that my opinion objectively. I'm just fucking around it.
No, guys, I
Okay.
have the best opinion.
Okay, so like, okay, what Pokemon would you guys be willing to drop? Can we
I'd
at
say-
least drop Phanpy?
I was gonna say Sandshrew and Thampy, yeah.
Wait, not Sandshrew.
You heard me, yeah, Sandshrew. Yeah, I'll drop Sandshrew.
Damn, that is an interesting take.
Okay.
Because like,
I
I
think-
feel like they're probably good enough. I mean, they're only.
Wait, what's Venonat doing here? Like,
Venonat is exactly what you think it is.
Oh, Venonat is
it's
just like
it's a
that,
spice to
what I
gritty.
think it is trash.
It's a slow pivot. It can 100% accurate toxic.
Oh
it
wait,
does
hang on.
tons of work
Poliwag
in-
is there. Ladian isn't the fastest mon in the tier.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, right. But Ledion also can't baton pass pivot and doesn't have nearly as good of coverage.
You mean
Mhm.
Poly? I mean, okay, so like I'll make my list of Pokemon that I think we can drop, and then you guys can make your list, I guess.
I need
Wait,
to
hang on.
finish
Can
the
you
one.
go back to the list? Because I think there was another Pokemon I wanted to rise, actually. Ekans.
Yeah, Ekans is a Pokemon of controversy. At first, I thought that Intimidate and Earthquake would be good, like, options for it, but I feel like statistically it's just so outclassed by Nidorina that it doesn't really fit.
Okay, I mean, I can accept that. But anyway, the Pokemon I want to drop are as follows. Dratini, Ladian, Oddish, Phanpy, Psyduck, and Venonat.
Hell nah to Psyduck. Hell nah to Psyduck.
Okay.
That is like bulky Carmine Sweeper.
Okay.
Like, basically.
Okay, what Pokemon would you be willing to drop?
As I said, Phanpy Sentry.
Okay, we can at least agree on Phanpy?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Aiden,
don't
what
quite agree
Pokemon-
on Phanpy, but since you guys do, majority rules, so...
Okay, what Pokemon would you be willing to drop then?
For me, none. Because like unless I get like more convincing, I feel like I'm fine with IU being a larger tier because it just kind of feels natural that way.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with that.
Because there are a lot of Pokemon that fill different roles or have like a lot of overlap with each other in ways where like is like something like Butterfree and Beautifly, for example. They're very similar. They have very similar roles, but they'd both be viable because because of how similar they are. I feel like there's a lot of that in IU, which is why I feel like it's unusually large compared to like a lot of like IU tiers end up being.
Yeah. Can we please at least like drop one of Dratini and Oddish? Like neither of those were even ranked as IU in the old time before we had like 20 more Pokemon.
As a reference, again, a lot of there's metagame changes, and we just Pokemon. As I said, besides Spinder, we overlooked Loudred in the old metagame, and it rose back up. We overlooked. What else did we overlook? Actually, is there a question?
What do you mean we overlooked Loudred? It was ranked A.
No. I'm on about IE to SU. We're talking about old SU. We overlooked Loudred. It was much better as like time went on.
Yeah,
I
mean, I get that, but like,
yeah.
At the same time, this is theory crafting, and I'm referencing a VR that was made after an actual tournament. So like, I feel like I have solid evidence here, and like I just don't see how, like, even with underestimating, like, we're talking like B- in a tier before it gains like 20 new Pokemon. Like, I just don't see it. Like, at least Dratini, please.
I'm not budging.
Yeah, I'm not budging either, and like, because like I just don't feel like the old IU tour we did is a great showcase because of just how much things have changed since like the time. For example, like Loudred SU, something that Spice has mentioned is a good example of that. Is something that there are a lot of Pokemon that were in SU, that were in IU, that arguably should have been in SU, which means that a lot of this, a lot of the list feels quite different. My perception of how IU should be played is a lot different to how it would have been a year ago, back when we first started playing IU.
Yeah, but keep in mind, with the exception of Spinda, all of those Pokemon did come back.
And that was mainly because of like massive ZU shifts, right?
Right, but like that wave of power creep hit IU, and I think some of these Pokemon, like not all of these Pokemon, can survive the power creep.
I'd argue they can, because every single mon in IU, as like I think we expand more and more, so like everything feels like the same power level, but then it like curves back round. I think that's what it is. It's like what's a good example? What is like? It's a curve. It's not a circle because that basically you go from one side to another. It expands and then it decreases a little bit. I think it might be like a kite, for example. You have point A, then you have it splits into like two big like sides and stuff like a triangle. Okay, I'm rambling, but basically what I'm saying here is more mons are gonna feel like similar power. They're gonna like feel a similar power level to each other, and it's more like moves and stuff like that. Moves, certain like traits that I have, and I think all these mons here are significant enough where that they should be IU.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but please, can we just like one Pokemon, just one?
Yeah, because I feel like Dratini.
I don't.
Yeah, because Dratini is an interesting one for me because like it definitely feels less good than Bagon, but I see the vision with how strong Shedskin is. Plus,
I guess like okay, fine, maybe not Dratini, but please, just like Oddish, Finonette, Ladiant, just please just drop something.
I think from that point we consider it emotional-based tiering. I don't love emotional-based tiering. I'm
Okay.
sorry to say this.
Oh my god.
Hey, are you okay? Hold on. Let's stop.
I'm fine. I'm just.
Hey, take your time.
This dude's too big. Please.
I'll tell you what I will say. I'll make my case for Sandshrew. My main issues with Sandshrew are more that because there's so many mons that I think will exploit it. Offensively. I mean, you have Psyduck, you have Seal, you have Shell that should be able to wall it. Skip Plume's fast enough, I think, that Giga Drain or HP Grass. Kabuto's fast and Click Surf. Butterfree, Beautyfly, Baltoy will be able to wall it a fair bit.
Oh right,
I think
I forgot about Baltoy. You're right. Let's drop Sandshrew.
Oh yeah, right. Because Baltoy does low-key just outclass Sandshrew. I didn't even think about that.
Not only does it outclass Sandshrew, it just walls it.
Yeah.
I think there's also better
Sandshrew
swords
goes
on
after
out there.
Lumade in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know what? 36.
Hold
I'll concede 36. It's just,
I'm glad.
but only
Let's kick
so
back
we
now.
can just get a move on because this is taking forever. So okay, 65 Pokemon left for EU.
Hey, let's take a breather.
Okay.
Alright. And let me ask a funny question. What would you
Yeah.
say what would you say is the funniest Pokemon in IU? Just the funniest Pokemon. Doesn't have to be like any traits or anything. Just for like appearance, some of that. What is your opinion on it? I'm intrigued.
I mean the funniest looking.
The
For me,
funniest,
that has
just
to
the
be
funniest
Psyduck.
in general.
Psyduck is a funny guy.
I'm gonna go with Loudred.
I'll tell you what, I like these. I'll go with Sheldon. Sheldon's a funny little guy. Got a little tongue sticking out.
Okay.
Such a silly little goober.
Yeah.
And it can explode as well. That's funny. A clap.
Hang on.
Can
Do we
explode.
have any exploders left? Is a good question.
Oh yeah, because explosion
Shield.
is
Just-
like a very good role. Because if something has explosion, it's gonna be automatically viable into you. I feel.
Wait.
C-Dot.
Wait. We've
Oh,
also
yeah,
got
C-Dot.
Slugma with self-destruct.
And
Where do
Slugma,
we
yeah,
have
for the
where do we have C dot?
That's the go-to.
C dot.
I mean, okay.
Rise
Yeah,
C dot the
I-
TU
I-
guy.
Yeah, Rise, Seedon, and Slugma. They're the only exploders left, and the only normal resist left is Beldum.
Oh, to be fair, I forgot I put Shoulder and T as well.
And Beldum, it can't attack without taking recoil, so it also hates taking explosion, even if it resists it. So like, C-Dot, Slugma, I think are both can rise.
Oh yeah, right, Spice. You said you put Shelter in TU. I want to hear your argument for that.
I think it's just about too passive outside of Boom, and I think the Boom competitions are steep enough to where I think Shoulder can drop. I
Yeah,
think
because we
Shoulder
did
could
get
be-
more Boom users, primarily Baltoy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what?
Even Kabuto.
I'll get behind it, because that tier is so big. So Shelter, C-Dot, Slugma, all TU. Can we go with that?
I think C-Dot will be a tier below.
Yeah, I
C-Dot?
think Slugma will be as well. Slugma just kind of seems bad outside of Explosion.
That is true. At least that's what
I
I'm
disagree.
thinking.
Look at all those grass types you put there.
There's
Wait.
a Vulpix.
What is?
Yeah, because
true-
Vulpix isn't TU.
Right, but Vulpix is weaker.
But Vulpix is still
Like-
fire type. That's quick. Fast mon.
Yeah.
That's not
Hang on,
true.
wait, what was Shroomish doing below TU?
So the thing is that without sleep, Shroomish is
Oh,
kinda
good.
just completely awful.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Shroomish
okay, I
is
forgot
well,
about that.
unfortunately.
Okay.
It's
Shroomish
unfortunate
is
too, because I like
slow.
Shroomis's design. It's a
Yeah.
cute mon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I still think that like with the only normal resist being Beldum, at least at least two of the three boomers are going to be here. So like, can at least rise one of Seedot and Slugma.
I'm trying to think
We'll
about.
see about Slugma.
I
Let's
think
make a case
Slugma
for-
could be
let's make a
interesting.
case for-
Actually, statistically, it's not even that much worse than Vulpix. It's
Yeah.
just a lot slower.
I think.
Yeah, it could actually be pretty bulky with defensive investment. I remember in old ADV 8U, which is a different tier, obviously, but it was a pretty decent special wall.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be worse now because the water types have gotten better. We got Carvana now. Squirtle as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna make someone mad. I think Carvana should be IU. Sorry.
I think I bet someone
No.
would eventually say that. I know Miss was telling me that. I just don't quite feel convinced.
No, it's.
I think its
not.
offense is good. Its offense is good enough to where I think it warrants a spot there.
Remoraid is better.
I don't even think
House
Remoraid is IU.
Right, I'm saying Carvana is worse than Remoraid, which is not IU.
Let's say
what
like
I'm trying to say.
Natu, for example. Natu is, let's say everyone's mono psychic, you just hard wall. There's something. Let me look at it. Torchic, you're just slower than as well. You could just revenge kill the best mon there, I think. There's the obvious
Wait,
case of.
how is Torchic the best mon in the tier?
I said it will be one of the best ones in the tier. I think it's
Okay,
offensive. It'll be
Oh,
power
you
one of four.
Torchic and IU?
Yeah, Torchic and IU.
Okay. I'm like, because if Torchic and TU would be.
No, I was gonna say Torchic
Right.
and TU is like, nah, let's not do that, please.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good lead in old SU. It's going to be a good lead in IU.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but also, like, we're getting sidetracked again. Can we go?
I don't think we're not.
Yeah,
Purely
'cause
on
we're
the sense
discussing
that-
Carvana, and then we got a little sidetracked on the fire types. The
Okay.
Carvana, I remember old IU. We compared Carvana to Beautifly a good amount.
Because, yeah, that's a speed tie.
Yeah, Carvana does have rough skin, which was genuinely pretty pivotal when Reversal Rattata was so popular in old IU.
The
Yeah,
rats.
but I don't think Reversal Rattata will be popular here, though.
Yeah,
I would
Reversal
say-
Rattata will probably still be a good set. It just won't be as good, I feel.
Yeah,
I
and
say-
also keep in mind that that was a trait. Like Carvana died taking out the Rattata, and when Rattata was ban worthy, that was worth it. But if Rattata's just really good, I don't think that's worth it.
I suppose with Rattata, you're gonna have a mon that hell. It will check Geodude, that's a big thing. Reversal will check Geodude. I think that's significant enough in its own right. And not to mention with a mon, you outspeed Mankey. I cannot stress it enough. Outspeeding
Rattata
Mankey-
does.
Yes, outspeeding Mankey is gonna be probably the most significant thing that Rattata will ever do in this tier.
Yes,
Genuinely.
the question isn't if Rattata is good. The question is if Rattata is meta defining enough that dedicating a team slot to trading 1-for-1 with it is worthwhile. And I don't think it is.
It's not even like that's like the only thing that Carvana can do, though. Carvana, I'm mostly playing devil's advocate here, by the way. But Carvana.
Yeah,
does
I mean,
have-
it's not. It's the only thing. It's not the only thing Carvana can do. I think it's the only thing Carvana can do that other water types can't.
I think I'm looking at Carvana and what it would do. I think it runs like Slackberry, Rough Skin,
So what are the
Hydro
other
Pump.
waters here?
Cannot stress it enough. Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and then you either run like a hidden power move turn because it mixes right for Carvana, and the last.
Wait a
move-
second. I can't believe I just came to this realization, but like, I just came to this realization. The only water type I have Oh, I mean, I have only water types I have are Poliwig and Seal. I think Carvana has a little bit more legitimacy as a water
Wait.
type then.
Wait,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if we're going there, then can we bring Shelter back?
I
feel
still
like-
think enough. There's too many booms in here to warrant its spot.
Yeah, because Shelter doesn't really
Also, you
stand
have
out as
Psyduck.
much.
Also,
Okay.
you have Psyduck. Also, you have Kabuto.
Yeah, because Shelter is usually going to be outclassed by Kabuto in any medicine.
Mostly.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I mean,
I still have mixed thoughts on Carvana though. I don't quite feel confident in
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
I think what we
I'm
really
saying
gotta-
no. So
I think what I want to do
I'll leave
is
it to
calc
that.
to compare Carvana's offenses with Beautifly's offenses, because if they're comparable, then I think that actually could make a difference.
I'll calc Surf and calc Hydro Pump. I think that's a big thing with Carvana.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with
I-
Beautifly then.
let's see.
I'm a slow calcer, so forgive me if this takes a while.
I'm calcing it right now.
Take your time. I'm on some stuff.
Okay, so looking at against so against a max HP Teddiursa, Carvana Hydro Pump is 66.9 to 79%. Beautifly, assuming we give Beautifly Psychic against the same Teddiursa is 41 to 48.4%. So Carvana is actually significantly stronger. So actually,
Yeah, Carvana's
actually, I'm kind of convinced now.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I can't argue against like literal calculators. So
Okay. Okay. In that case, do you want me to pull up some C-Dot explosion calcs?
I mean, we all know that C-Dot explosion kills the entirety of TU.
Exactly. So C-Dot rises.
Yeah.
Now you
I think-
underestimate what Protect is, is it?
Oh yeah, Protect will
it's
probably
just-
be a little bit. I mean, how common will Protect really be though? I think it really
I mean-
depends on how much
Common.
people start spamming C-Dot and Slugma.
I mean,
Protect will be common, Substitute will be common, and then build them, I think, depending
Oh
on how you
yeah,
want to
Substitute
interpret
definitely
it.
would rail.
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think we're being a bit generous to Beldum. Like, if it had like Iron Head and Zen Headbutt, then I'd get it. It only has takedown. That's its only move.
Yeah, I'd agree as well. I think if you want to run Beldum, you can run Beldum, but I don't want. I
Yeah.
don't think
Like
Beldum will work.
I want to
spot.
drop
I'd
Beldum and rise at least one of C-Dot and Slugma.
Let me look at my list.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I actually do feel like Beldum makes less of an impact in a meta that looks like this, because a lot of like the really
Yeah.
broken normals are on IU at this point.
Yeah, like what normals are you checking?
Oh, I do have
Jigglypuff and
that
Skitty?
Like Skitty and then like
Skitty will-
Azurill, because I'm high on
Oh
Azurill.
right, Azurill is stupid. But then again,
Azurill is also slow though, so it's possible to revenge kill.
yeah.
Skitty will.
Yeah, I mean, wait,
The
where's
Skitty will be
Pidgey?
the best Pokemon in the
Oh my
tier, that's
God!
my prediction.
Pidgey with Choice Band and its insane speed. What? Where's what?
Oh, why do I not have Pidgey in
Yeah, yeah.
Let me say this right now. I think Skitty will be banned, and I think Pidgey will be banned.
Banned?
Yes. Banned.
Yeah, I
You
agree
heard
that
me.
they'll both be outright banned.
I mean-
I disagree on Skitty.
Let me say this right now.
Okay,
with
remember
Skitty.
Eevee? Skitty's just that.
It is just that.
Except
yeah.
it's not because it's weaker and doesn't have curse. Like,
Yeah,
hang on,
Skitty has
what's
Calm Mind,
what's
though.
like a solid defensive?
Has Calm Mind, it has Thunder Wave.
Calm Mind, Thunder
okay.
Wave, Heal Bell. Oh wait, yeah, it does have Heal Bell.
Yes, it does.
I mean, hang on. Oh wait, it does. Guaranteed 3-hit KO, Fizz Death, Trickery. Okay, yeah.
Even like
Okay,
a
we
physical
can-
attacking set is strong.
Yeah. Okay, I did some calcs. Yeah, we ditched Pidgey, Skitty Band,
Yeah.
and also with Pidgey and Skitty Band, I think there's another Pokemon on that we need to consider. Sentret.
I was gonna say Sentret. Yeah, Sentret I think will be on that TU list.
No, I think Sentret is also banned.
I don't think it'll be banned. I think it's too slow to really function. That's my issue with Sentret.
Oh, so you think it's like Azurill, kind of?
I think Asura will be a little bit worse than you think it'll be. I don't think it is in TU personally.
Okay, that's a.
Hold on. I have Azurill in HUBL. That's so fucking stupid. HUBL. It's so funny.
Okay.
My days. Okay. But yeah, Sentret I think will have. Sentret just has the move pool. That's the big thing I say. Sentret has the move pool, which I think will be significant.
Yeah.
So quick, for example, that's pretty big.
Aiden, can you bring up Whismo too?
Sure.
Azurill just doesn't really have the coverage outside of like, I don't know, Surf, Ice Beam. It's just
Yeah.
personally. But it'll be broken below because normal type stab.
Yeah,
Huge
I mean,
power.
I think Azurill, like, is choice band, huge power, it hits so hard, and the only normal resist sucks. So I think Azurill is at least good enough to be in the tier.
I'd say
I
B
don't think
minus.
it's broken.
I'd say B minus C plus. I think it's just too gimmicky to really function.
Oh no, I
Understand,
still
but that
think that
makes sense.
Azurill will have a place, especially since it like undoubtedly is going to be broken in HU. The
That
Okay,
being
so
That
Yeah,
being said, I
okay.
wouldn't really move it either because it is a ban-worthy Pokemon below this is. So what the hell's the point? But
okay,
arguing-
but anyway, can you look at Whismo?
yeah, Whismer is worth looking into because it's actually stronger than Sentret. The move pool's not nearly as strong, but it's still very strong offensively. It has a lot of coverage options. Not that those really matter when you just need normal stab, but
Yeah, I mean, coverage is like
wow, Hyper Voice is
stab
a
with
physical
both-
move in Gen 3. That's weird.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind,
Oh,
stab
platform.
neutral return is stronger than super effective break.
Yeah, you just run
Ah.
Choice Band on any normal type.
Yeah,
Yes.
Whismer
Yeah,
is
and I
faster
think-
than both of these, and it's stronger.
I think so Azurill, Sentret, Whismo, I think are all TU.
Yeah, I can't argue
Um,
against that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see what and honestly, okay, we're not bringing Beldum back, but like, I think we definitely need some kind of physical wall would be very valuable.
Thankfully,
and
Phanpy
that's
exists.
probably okay.
Hello.
Phanpy,
Hello.
Chikorita. Is Bulbasaur worthwhile with Chikorita? Wait, hang on,
yes.
Bellsprout. Wait, what about Bellsprout? Bellsprout's just worth Bulbasaur.
Oh, Bellsprout's a Sun Sweeper, and Sun's gonna be
Oh,
really
yeah.
broken.
And it's
Okay.
instant Sword Stance using number 564 here. Just has better offense.
Honestly, I think
Okay.
because of Sun alone, CDOT will have a place. Even like Sun.
Thank
and
you.
Explosion.
I'll let you have this. To be honest, it's not worth arguing.
Okay, so that's
I hear it.
26 mons.
Yeah, I still see the vision with Slugma as well. Honestly, I'm not opposed to
Okay.
raising that.
Yeah, I think we should rise that.
Yeah, sure, I'll
Just
do that.
because. Also, I mean, this is probably not relevant because Beldum's probably not relevant, but like it's an exploder with that really punishes Beldum.
Mm-hmm.
Not that particularly matters.
Thoughts on Krabby, because Krabby's a Swords Dance Sweeper, but it's also kind of slow. Oh, it'll fit on Paris Spam. Yeah, it'll do well on Paris Spam.
I mean, and also Slackberry, and also just like 105 base attack.
Yeah.
It out
Plus, it's
damages
not
Pidgey.
that slow for this tier. Like there are a lot of like base 45s and base 40s here, and lower. Like all the normal types we
check
have
this.
are slower than Krabby. Like Chikorita and Bulbasaur are slower. Swablu's slower. Like 50 base speed doesn't even look that bad in this tier.
Let me look here. I think there's got to be a very significant calc here. Yeah, Krabby out damages Pidgey. I will say that right now. Krabby out damages Pidgey.
Damn, that's without stab too. That's crazy.
Yeah, because the offenses with Krabby is that powerful. The main issue is Krabby's a lot more exploitable compared to Pidgey. That's the big difference.
Oh yeah,
Okay, but
thoughts on Meryl.
okay,
Facts.
Meryl is not good. I mean, huge power, I think, is not what you're using Meryl for. I think you're using Meryl because it's a bulky water.
Yeah, it's a bulky
I think-
water.
You run it in conjunction with huge power. It's like it's better with huge power, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
It's statistically is going to be good as a bulky water for sure.
Yeah.
And then
You
have
can
to
also
use
run it
power
alongside Azurill,
Mm-hmm.
and Krabby, and just have a ton of Pokemon that are spamming choice banded returns and double edges. Because that honestly is probably a really strong team style, even in IU, which has actual normal resists. So, like, I honestly think TU probably one of the best team styles is just grabbing a bunch of Pokemon that have really high attack and giving them all choice bands and clicking return and double edge over and over until you either win or lose.
Correct.
Yeah, and then one thing that I'm interested in is your guys' thoughts on Rain. I think that Sun is going to be a very strong playstyle. Rain will be, I think, like a good anti-meta choice. Surskit's undoubtedly going to be viable.
Yeah, so
then
I mean,
Votan-
Surskit's really,
even
the Rain
Lotad, I think,
one.
will have a niche.
yeah.
Didn't you?
Wait, what about Totodile?
Sword Dance Pokemon.
Yes, Totodile in a lot of ways feels, it's slower than Krabby.
Oh, it's
But it's-
slower.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just worse than Krabby.
It's bulkier.
Yeah, it's bulkier.
It's
I mean, it's
bulkier
probably
on the
just like
special
a bad
side,
Meryl.
What especially it's
I
okay,
mean,
especially defensively.
It has a nice move pool, I guess, but it feels a bit outclassed, probably. So
Yeah, I think it's just outclassed.
okay. So now HU.
Hold on. We're missing some mons still. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me make my case for Mudkip. Hell yeah. So,
Okay.
Mudkip,
I'm listening.
I'd say Mudkip has similar-ish traits to Steel, but like as a curse sweeper, for example, but also has stuff like Refresh.
Wait.
As
A refresh
you don't
curse
have
sweeper
these-
sounds evil, so
Hang on. What's its special? I'm actually gonna look at water types ranked by special attack.
It has 50 special attack. It has 50-50 in bulk.
I
Basically,
mean, Remoraid
Especially.
will be the highest special attack, then Steel and Wingull, but I mean, Wingull's best water move is Hidden Power, so it doesn't count. And then Mudkip's like, I mean, I think Mudkip's actually, I'm actually interested in Mudkip. Like, I think we could rise that.
yeah,
It
I
could
feel like
be
it
a
could have a
wall-
hard time setting up against some of the stronger, like, physical attackers.
Well, I don't think you set up with it. I think you just spam Stab Surf and Ice Beam for the grass types.
Yeah, I mean, it also has a higher physical attack stat.
Yeah, I think we've got better
Like, if you want a
physical
wall breaker,
water
then,
types.
if you want a special wall breaker, then Remoraid's the best.
Mudkip's bulkier.
Fair enough, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mudkip also has a better typing than Spiel. It'll have a place.
Yeah.
It'll go a lot of ways,
Yeah.
basically.
And
So, okay.
Totodile, just like in GSC, is the worst first form starter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Totodile gets a massive glow up in Gen 4, by the way. Aqua Jet is such a massive buff to it.
Yeah, but anyway, HU, I feel like
let me continue. What do you think about Ekans? What do you think about Ekans and IU?
we
think-
didn't we already go over this and it was just outclassed by Nidorina?
I mean, let's look at what Nidorina. I think let me look with Ekans here because I think Ekans is very. I think you have Shedskin. You've got like a banded set with it. Rock slide coverage is pretty decent for all the what's this help? Earthquake. You have Glare. There's some traits for Ekans, I think.
I feel like
It's like-
Ekans is like a B- one, though.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Can we please stop revisiting IU?
Sorry, I have a bad habit of revisiting IU. it's in my DNA basically. At this point to revisit IU every single time without fail.
Listen, the next time you revisit IU, I'm gonna bring up Dratini and Oddish again. And do you want that to happen?
Oh yeah, I love that.
All right, we're moving on. So the All right, so now we're on to HU. Unless Spice has a Pokemon he wants to rise to TU.
Let's think.
I
I have a few things still to mention. Maku fucking Heater.
No,
These
its stats are just so bad. Like, open up the team builder and look at its stats again.
Mon.
Like, its stats are just its base stats are just Hariyama's halved. Like, it's 237 base stat total, which is worse than Ninkata. Like, it has a lower base stat total than like Ninkata.
Oh, I'm debating going there. Nah, I won't. I think fighting type stab will be significant enough. With the amount of normal types that will frighten the two. Combined with, like...
Isn't it slower than them? Oh wait, it's 25. I mean, it's slower than Wisma.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I feel like this feels kind of like just the case for Machamp in OBYOU. Like, fighting stab to hit the normals, and the normals are the best mons in the tier, and then you use it and it just sucks. Like, that's what it feels like to me.
That is not an argument at all, because the bloody, the fucking, what's it say? The normal, the best fighting type stab in Generation 1 is Submission. Submission is actually no, it's low kick even. I'd argue low kick is better.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, Makuhita has... I guess on the topic of Arbor, Makuhita has counter.
I mean, so I guess that's fair.
It's pretty good at doing that. It has like bulk up to some extent. It's not good at sweeten. I mean, it has fake out for priority.
Oh, it has fake out?
Yeah, it has fake out.
Okay, if it has fake out, then I guess we can rise it.
I think it's good enough in its own right.
Yeah.
Also,
okay, so
we spam paralysis.
Goes between Krabby and Meryl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My
Krabby
fucking
and
brain stopped working. It's like this loud ass car outside my.
Okay, so we've got very few priority users left for HU as well. So I think that raises the question: what's the fastest mon? And it's Feebas.
Yeah, Feebas is gonna be viable, like for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And now what's the fastest non-Feebas mon? And it's Pichu. Wow, this is really the bottom of the barrel, isn't it?
Like Pichu will be genuinely good mon here too. That's the thing.
You know, I really wish I wasn't about to say this, but I think Unknown is viable in HU.
Let's not go there.
Its stats are just so much better than everything else.
To be fair, Unknown does outstat everything. But like mono attacking coverage, I want to see calcs.
I run. Keep in mind, you can run. You're probably running a physical type because of Choice Band, which is similar damage to Twisted Spoon, Stab, HP Psychic. So I'd go HP Flying personally, or Rock. Flying or Rock.
Okay.
Wait, is there any Rock resist besides Beldum?
Tyrogue.
There actually doesn't.
Okay.
Whooper.
Okay, there's Tyrogue. Oh, and Whoopo. Okay, like go HP Flying or HP Rock with Choice Band. And probably you're attacking like a Nidoran female.
I forgot.
Yeah, I like the idea of just stab HP Psychic, but then Poochyena kind of ruins that.
Yeah, but like, Poochyena is one mon, and I think you can pretty easily remove it with stuff like stuff that like
Yo, is
anything
Tyro
not
gonna
named
become
unknown.
viable to facilitate an unknown sweep?
Well, I don't think you need to Iroke, like...
I do
It isn't
think, though,
Tyro.
without
Like,
Makuhita,
look
Tyro
at
is viable.
Pucciana's stats. Like,
Yeah.
his stats are terrible. Like,
Yeah,
even
Pucciana's
down
very
here,
bad.
its
is-
stats are just so low that, like, anything besides mono psychic unknown can, like, handle it pretty well. In fact, honestly, I think we can drop Pucciana.
Yeah, I would drop Pucciana under the assumption that unknown was gonna be bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, maybe it's not that Pucciana keeps unknown from being viable. It's that unknown is the only thing that keeps Pucciana relevant.
Yeah, that's what I would
Like-
think.
Yeah, like I would move unknown up. Like, really. Like,
I think I'm gonna say yes because it's funny.
and and you know what's even funny? I think this tier would ban Hoot Hoot.
Let's get the BLs up the way then. So Hutu,
Yeah, like,
Nidoran, male, Zubat.
not Zubat.
Yep, Zubat.
Why?
So
It has
Zubat
It's
Zubat has
45 attack.
it has 55 base speed. It can run a lot of coverage with like, well yeah, it can run Sludge Bomb, normal stab and stuff like that. Runs Giga Drain for like swung up to some extent.
Yeah, but it has
Something
its normal moves aren't stab.
Quick attack priority. I mean, yeah, just quick attack for priority. That's what I'm gonna say. Run like Dom curse sets if you want to do
I
that.
mean, I guess there are a lot of grass types. I just
Air Lace.
I don't know. I mean, it
Dashing.
gets hard-walled by Beldum, even more than like some of the others.
I personally think Beldum's an absolute shitmon, but that's besides the point.
Not in this tier. In this tier, it kind of stat checks everything else the same way Unknown does. Wait, okay, hang on. Another
300.
ban, Oarfish.
Enlighten me. Oh yeah, 80 base attack.
Oarfish is just copy-paste Krabby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does get Sword Stance.
Does Totodile get Sword Stance?
It
Yes.
does.
Okay, I'd honestly move both of those and not Zubat.
I'd move all three.
Yeah, I'm fucking. I just don't give a shit anymore. So just do all of them. Why not? Fucking care.
Hell,
I mean, let's be honest, at this point, this tier is just gonna be very unbalanced regardless.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
like,
let's be real. It's kind of impossible to balance a tier like this.
yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
honestly, though, I feel like this is as good as it's gonna get. Although, with all those bans, I'm about to sound really,
I
really
mean, the
insane.
QU tier probably just doesn't exist at this point. It'd just be like a
Yeah, I mean,
BL.
that's just a BL.
is it
Mhm.
slack off?
Slack off, yeah.
It is slack off.
I mean, 60 base attack, normal stab.
I mean, there's
Even
the
with
entire. Let's be real.
Fluent,
The
that's
entire tier is required to run Protect to deal with Slack Off. Because of that, Slack Off is useless.
It's gonna run
But
Protect
because
anyway.
but then there's the other problem, which because slack off is useless, you no longer need to run protect, and that invites slack off in. So it's
I'd disagree because with slack off, you're gonna have a lot of protect mons anyway because you want a scout choice band.
wait.
That's a big.
Okay, but you know there are two Pokemon here that cannot run protect, and those are Beldum and Unknown.
And one is a resist, and one is unknown, which also which is a personal personally shitmon. That's beside the point.
Well, everything in this tier is a Shitmon. That's the point.
We're talking shitmon in bold heading. Anyway.
Anyway, okay, fine.
I would okay, this is where
Wait, can we move
Aiden-
Waltz up?
Let me say this. I think this is where Aiden's gonna get really mad for some reason. I'd consider rising Magikarp and Ditto to XD.
What? No, that XD isn't a tier. It's a BL.
Shh. It
You
is a
can't-
tier
you,
now.
You can't rise things up to a BL.
I love the fact
Like-
that Lilith is more angry about this than I. I just don't care
This-
anymore.
That's not how this works.
No.
If this was how it worked, then we just rise Ditto out of.
I mean, because,
Fuck
like,
the
honestly,
GSD
my mind
wall.
registers Spice is just completely joking. There's no fucking way he's not trolling with that.
Okay, I mean, I hope so, because, like,
It is a tier now. I have decided by my own declaration that it is a tier, and I think we should rise Ditto to answer opposing rolls and slack off and everything. Everything. It's like
okay. Okay,
then
Spice, do you
Magikarp-
have any actual suggestions? Or can we
Because
go back
actually,
to
it's just a
talking
BL,
about
let's be
roles?
real.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm half serious.
Okay, cool. I mean, Aiden, we both agree that to just outvote this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And now back to
Alright,
vaults.
is the video finished now? I need to piss.
Wait, we still need to talk about vaults. I think vaults could work
Let's
in
end the video.
H2. It has
Let's
the
end the
same
video.
utility as Corlia, and its stats aren't even that bad relative to the rest of the team. I mean, they're
sure,
pretty
fuck
bad,
it,
but
why
not
not?
as much as Corlia's were relative to IU. Between Puchian and Shroomish.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pretend this conversation didn't exist and we just have Robs there for the sake of having Robs there.
Okay, cool.
Alright, gamers, so that was the video. Before I exit off,
Yeah.
I need to inform all of my viewers, all my wonderful, sexy viewers, that I have a Patreon. So if you want to get super good benefits, such as the Shadow tier, which gives you no benefits, but I like money, so then the Phantom tier, which gives you access to like the more like basic rewards, like the Patreon roll call, the Discord server, early scrapped video ideas, video suggestions for this channel, Confidant tier full of rewards like early videos, exclusive videos, unlisted videos, just all the like video related stuff, right? And then the God tier, which gives you all like the mega great benefits, like the like custom roll color for the Discord server and the Patreon roll call, along with a link to my entire Google Drive. So yeah, there's just a lot of good value out of like giving me money, right? So please consider giving me money. Anyway,
Hang on. If we're doing self-promotion, can you point out my YouTube channel too?
Sure, I still need to do the Patreon roll call. Anyway, I want to thank my wonderful Phantom tier patrons Squizzy and my Confidant tier patrons Regimania and Eternum. Thank you all very much for your support. It means the world to me. And anyway, let's do the YouTube it's Lilith Plays, right?
Yeah.
The biggest one.
Yeah, check out Lilith's YouTube channel. I'm surprised I haven't subscribed yet, so let's do that. And then also, because fuck it, we may as well at this point. Spice also has a YouTube channel, so check
I've had
that out.
content for a while. That exists.
Wait, Spice has
I've had
like
it for a while.
about as many subscribers as me, and you're the second channel you're putting this video on combined.
Yes.
Yeah,
But you-
yeah. I mean, you made like Geometry Dash videos before getting into Mons, though, right? So I assume that's
Yeah,
where you
scroll
got most of your audience from.
Wait, what was that video with Obama on the thumbnail?
I'm illegally skilled.
Oh
It's just
man,
it's just Geometry
Wait.
Dash.
Are we still recording?
we are
Yes.
still recording.
Oh my god.
Feel free to
Well, let's
mess
see if
around
we
with
got
you.
let's see if we got any Patreons to plug.
Oh, I don't have one.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, you have a
You
blue
guys
sky.
should get
That's
on the begging
Let's
people
check
Oh
out
to
yeah,
give you
yeah.
money
Follow
train.
me on Blue Sky.
Oh, for real.
Oh yeah, I should also specify, there's a very new challenge that Aiden is making. If he gets 50 Patreons, he will do an OnlyFans.
What? Did
I mean,
actually-
you I know you
actually
suggested
a
that as a
thing?
joke, but if that unironically helps drive people to go to the Patreon, I'll consider it. I like money
Okay,
too
but-
much.
What if it encourages people to not subscribe to your Patreon though?
I
then
mean,
you're
like,
uncultured.
everyone would want to go to my feet pick OnlyFans, right? Like, who wouldn't?
Exactly.
I mean, I
This is
guess
stupid.
if you aren't interested, you can just follow Aiden on Patreon, and then he can start an OnlyFans, and you can just not follow him there.
I mean,
So, like,
yeah. You could do that. Or
I don't
you
know.
could send them anyway.
I don't know. I've noticed people can seem to get very like pretentious about OnlyFans for some reason.
Yeah.
Like not people on it, like people who don't use it just get super offended that other people do use it, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a strong, independent feet pick lover. Don't need no... I can't finish that fucking sentence.
Oh my yeah. If you guys are still watching this video, why?
Yeah.
Farming engagement. If you've watched till the end of this video, leave a comment saying why you decided to do that.
Exactly. And just in that comment too, you must write down before that, please give me Aiden's feet pics, and I'll make sure to pin it.
Hold on, we're not finished. I want to add my own personal thing. If you've watched to the end, give us your credit card information with the expiration date and the 3 digits. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. Another thing I'd like is your social security number. I'd really like to steal your identity.
Exactly. Let's also watch them on YouTube so we can get copyright struck. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was like a WrestleMania video. Let's just watch that in the uncut. You know what I mean? Like run out.
Then I won't have to upload it.
Wait,
Exactly.
like, are we talking about doing React content?
Yeah, we're doing it right now on the spot. Who cares?
Okay, as long as that's a separate video.
Anyway,
Nah,
I'll end the recording now. I'll see you guys later.
Nah.